You've likely experienced this. You're trying to work, but you find yourself reading the same sentence 3 times in a row. Or you walk into a room and draw a complete blank on why you went there. Minor inconveniences start feeling like major disasters. A slow internet connection or a mildly frustrating email suddenly triggers a wave of intense irritability. When this happens, it is easy to assume you are losing your edge. You might think your focus is permanently broken or that you are somehow failing to handle your daily responsibilities. But that assumption is incorrect. These moments of brain fog and frustration are actually evidence that your nervous system is working exactly as it was designed to. Your brain is actively reprioritizing its resources to protect you. The issue is that human threat detection relies on outdated hardware. To your brain, the physical danger of an approaching predator and the psychological pressure of an overflowing inbox look practically identical. When it detects either of those things, it immediately sends a cascade of signals through your nervous system. It prepares your physical body to fight or run away. Because modern life constantly bombards us with emails, deadlines, and financial worries, that ancient survival mechanism gets triggered continuously. We end up navigating a regular Tuesday in a perpetual state of biological emergency. When you perceive a threat, the amygdala, a small structure near the base of the brain, floods your system with stress hormones. As these reach major organs, they force immediate physical changes. Your heart beats faster, breathing quickens, and muscles tighten in preparation for action. Dodging a speeding car in a crosswalk, this response is a biological superpower. It gives you the immediate physical burst you need to survive. But to fund that intense physical reaction, the brain has to pull energy from elsewhere. It redirects resources away from the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for logic and memory, and concentrates them entirely on your visual and motor centers. When you forget where you put your keys or struggle to recall a simple fact under pressure, your memory hasn't failed. Your brain has simply refused to spend energy recording non-essential details while it believes you are in mortal danger. Chronic cognitive impairment is the logical result of this process. When your brain constantly prioritizes immediate survival, complex thought and deep focus are inevitably pushed to the background. A physical threat, like an approaching animal, eventually leaves, but modern stressors, like a looming deadline, do not physically disappear, meaning the emergency alarm never receives the signal to shut off. This circular flowchart maps a biological feedback loop. Mental worry creates physical tension. Your brain senses this tension, the tight shoulders, sweaty palms, and interprets it as proof that danger is still present, generating more worry. This high alertness directly interferes with your sleep. Losing out on deep rest compounds the issue. A sleep-deprived brain becomes even more sensitive the next day, reacting intensely to minor stressors that usually wouldn't bother you. Chronic stress quickly becomes a self-sustaining biological circuit. It continuously cycles between physical tension and mental anxiety, systematically draining your mental energy until you feel entirely overwhelmed. Because this is a biological loop, you cannot simply think your way out of it. Telling yourself to try harder or calm down won't work. You have to send literal, physical signals of safety to your nervous system. Looking at this direct comparison, we can see how to counter those physical stress signals. By deliberately engaging in slow, rhythmic breathing, going for a walk, or simply moving your body, you force your heart rate to drop and your muscles to relax. You can support that physical reset with a specific cognitive strategy. Ask yourself, what is actually happening right now? By separating your immediate physical reality from future what-if scenarios, you stop artificial threat activation at the source. You can also limit the brain's perception of danger by breaking overwhelming projects into a series of small, concrete tasks. A massive, vague problem looks like a giant threat. A single, clear action step feels manageable. Engaging in these strategies is an active biological necessity. Taking time to step away, breathe, and rest is required to reset your nervous system. Experiencing stress does not mean you are weak or failing. It is a completely healthy, natural response designed to help you navigate sudden challenges. If that response remains locked in the on position, interfering with your daily life despite your best efforts, seeking professional mental health support is a valid and necessary biological intervention. The goal of life is not to avoid stress entirely. The goal is to build a flexible nervous system, one that can rise to meet a difficult challenge and then intentionally power down to recover.